Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the Odds Couple. You come to sportsbookreview.com. This is the Odds Couple show for Wednesday, February 1st. Woo. February's here. Mike Brenner, a big card of slate of games tonight. And, I again, when we shoot these, I don't have, I tweeted out 3 more picks last night.
And they two out of one.
Two winners.
Fantastic.
So the streak is over. I'm now 12-1 on my last 13
But guess
tweets.
what? That's not over. That's a damn streak that will hold its value.
That's right. And I will say that tonight probably is going to be no tweets because I just won't have time at all. But
okay.
Probably,
guess what? I wouldn't bank on that, guys. Trust me.
No.
If something comes up, Stoneybrook second half, you're going to be all over it.
No, there's going to be no tweets tonight. But Thursday probably. Thursday maybe. I don't know. Friday maybe. Not exactly sure. But yeah.
Friday, we're going to Punta Cana. How the hell are you going to be tweeting from the plane? Oh, wait, that's Saturday.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, but in general, my point is that my tweets have been doing very well, and that's those are the picks where I'm like have enough time to research and everything
that's
as opposed to this
Loshak.
show. Yeah. I haven't had time to look at the totals on this one. I did look at the spreads on the overnights, and there's about 8 or 10 sides. It feels like they might have some value. I guess let's talk about the big ones, and then I'll just go down.
Well, you know what? First and foremost, my hat's off to Big Man on Campus. We went head to head, and by God, Kentucky, he had a good feel for it, and I tweeted it right after the game, told him great call. He had some really good insight on that.
Yeah.
Lesson learned for me. You know what? Kentucky's not that machine, and that was a hard one to swallow, but bottom line is somebody took the bookies' money, and I'm glad it was Big Man on Campus. But Pete, Kentucky.
They did have their leading scorer out, though, didn't they?
Yeah. And that wasn't announced earlier.
Right.
So
Still,
you got to show up with your leading scorer out. So, again, with that being said, but West Virginia definitely showed up and got it done.
Very nice call on that one.
Well, thank God I had that one, yeah. We did go head-to-head on that.
That's right. You got a winner on that one. Very nice job, Mike Brenner. All right, so let's talk about the big games. The first one, Villanova against Providence. Villanova's lost 3 in a row ATS. Providence played Villanova recently at Villanova and only lost by 10.
Yes.
Now they're at home, and they're getting 9.5 or 10.
Yeah.
That's actually going up.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike Brenner?
I'm not a big underdog, you know that, but I have no way where I back Villanova. If anything, I would absolutely jump on Providence. This is their Super Bowl to them. They know that they were in that game, and they were in that game. That was the score didn't reflect it, but that was a tight game. God, Pete, I want to pull the
Yep, I'm going to throw that one on my record. Plus 10, minus 1.
Pull that trigger
is the line right now. All right, and then the next one that's kind of interesting. I don't know, man. Florida State and Miami, Florida. Florida, of course, coming off of the huge upset win. Florida State is suddenly slipping a little bit. They have 2 big ATS losses on the road, margin losses.
Yep.
I don't know.
Leonard Hamilton said his team got too big for the britches. That was his words, Pete. And they're on the road here, aren't they?
Yeah. Said Miami's coming off the impressive home win over UNC. I'm worried that maybe
I
now
too. Could be a let up. Could be a let up because they poured everything they had in that game because they never took their foot off the pedal against UNC. They buried them and fucking stayed buried them. That could be a trap game, but then again, I'm telling you, Florida State is Jekyll and Hyde from home and on the road, Pete.
Yeah, so that's a pass for me.
Yeah, me too.
Now,
interesting, though.
Yeah, one other game that's got me scratching my head is Cincinnati at Tulsa. Why is Tulsa such a big home dog to Cincinnati?
That would be a great little Dennis, we got to come up with something because he says that all the time.
Yeah.
This one's got me scratching my head. I could see a little graphic of a cartoon figure, Pistol Pete scratching his head. He's got a little bald spot right in the middle. It's beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. I thought it would be awesome.
Sure. Tulsa, they're 7-2 ATS at home, and they beat Memphis as an outright as a 5-point home dog recently. So Tulsa, I'm not quite sure what the deal with this line is.
I looked at that one. I know. I was. And that
is
could
someone
be
out for Tulsa?
I don't know, Pete. I don't think so because what I saw, they just had 2 guys that have been. One of them's out indefinitely, and one was questionable. I don't know the name, so I can't put it out there. But I looked at that and I thought that line was a little off myself. But
all right, whatever. If this would count as an old ball split, if I don't give it, so I'll give it.
Give it. Pull that trigger, Pistol.
Tulsa +9 minus 102. Then a huge clash, right, Mike Brenner?
Here we go.
Baylor and Kansas, of course. Kansas coming off of the win against Kentucky, and Baylor. I don't know, when they're a favorite, sometimes I kind of look to fade them. When they're an underdog like this, maybe this is time to go on them. What do you think?
It could be Baylor. 1 loss this year. Let's get real straight up. But you're going into a dangerous environment. Yeah. This is that time of year where I think coaching could win it for Kansas. But for me, Pete, 10-foot pole.
Really?
I'm just not in that zone. I can't feel it right now. I'm struggling obviously, but I'm going to bounce out of it. But this is one. I just can't. I don't have a feel for it.
Baylor has lost 6 out of their last 8 ATS. The question is, does Kansas let down after the big win over?
I don't think
Kansas hasn't been good ATS either.
No, they haven't. They haven't. And that's why that number just might be right. It's too close for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, I'll
do it. I knew he was thinking about it. Come on, why not?
Plus 6.5 minus
Pull
106.
that trigger again, Pistol. I love it.
All right. Then UCLA. Let's talk about this. What's up with UCLA off of 2 straight-up losses? They've lost 8 out of their last 10 ATS. Washington State covered 3 in a row. They're playing competitively. They're undervalued. Now they're getting 15 at home against UCLA. Ooh. Mike Brenner, what do you think?
Well, UCLA had a very, very well-needed weekend off, so they've had time to think about what the hell's going south for them because they know the defense is an issue, but all of a sudden their offense got stagnant as hell. And Alfred said the time off let him reflect on 2 reserves. He's going to work them into the lineup. Can't pronounce their names. One of them's from like Nigeria, the Gubiabi or something. But here's the deal. At Washington State at home, for me, struggles in the first half. All right, Utah had this team down by 20-something, 26 in their own. Utah went to Washington State and was up by 26 at half.
Yeah.
All right, that's a Utah team that offensively doesn't, and that there's not a huge threat. When you have UCLA that was putting up 100, 110, 105, has a week off and scratching their head, speaking of Pistol Pete, bottom line, I think this is a first-half no-brainer, and I know it's going to be high. I don't care. Give me UCLA. If this doesn't win, I'll be okay with it, but I also know where that team stands. I think they're going to bury this team
The thing is that around that Utah loss, which was actually the one time I picked them in this show, they had 4 other covers. They're 4-1 over the ATS.
And I get that. And had it not been for the slump that UCLA's in and Alfred having the time to really digest it, to review it, and then make some adjustments, I would say, you know what, I'm off. But no, this is a must win early for them. I guarantee he got up everybody's crawl, and his son will carry the weight.
Okay, the best line would be the BetOnline sportsbetting.ag lines -8, -150.
I'm good with that, Pete. -115.
Minus
that tells
8,
me
minus
right
150.
there.
Well, the rest.
I know, but that just tells me right there this thing's going over, baby.
Well, the rest of the market is 8.5. So it's
Pete, I'm just telling you.
Yeah. No,
I mean, crazy, but I love it.
Yeah, Washington State might be a team that they come back and take, especially after 2 losses. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
I might tail you on that one. That might be a smart play.
You know what? That might turn my luck around. You haven't jumped in a while.
All right. What else do you have? No.
There you go, baby. Open up that door. Speaking of which, Twitter followers, God, I have so many of them. I'll get to it on the NBA show. We got so many shout-outs, but we got guys last night it was hilarious. They're like, hey, I'm jumping in the trunk. Hey, can I jump on the hood? These guys wanting to jump all over. And Bill Morgan started all of it. I love that guy. Bill, love you, buddy. He just thinks the world of us, and he always is the one that wants to open the door for us. Let you gentlemen in.
That's super nice.
Yes.
Bill Morgan, pay more attention to my Twitter picks than any other picks. All right.
Let's see. I mean, I could go on and on with these guys.
Okay. All right. So, Mike Brenner, that's it for the huge games. Purdue's playing Northwestern.
I think there's another one that's pretty interesting.
Which one?
Pete?
South Carolina, LSU.
I love it. All right, Thornwell, this guy, when he gets heated up, I love this team. They're getting it done. I think this is going to be a solid win. I think they bury this team. Pistol Pete, I need the best shop line for a road favorite, South Carolina, baby, on the first half in the full game because I'm fired up.
Yeah, LSU is a weird. They've had 4 straight horrible home games and just losing straight up. ATS, everything.
I'm telling you right now, you send Frank Martin in there with that mindset, they're going to lock down. I love it.
All right. Well, the Greek appears to have a lean to LSU because the Greek is hanging 8.5. Everyone else has 9. So we can give you South Carolina -8.5, -110. And for the first half, -5, -105 at the Chris Books. Bookmaker and DSI.
Love it. I love what they do on the road. They don't care that they're going into LSU. And that team is, again, let's not forget, not too far removed LSU from one star like they had back in the day. That Simmons was the guy like Shaq was. Without that piece, they have not been able to put it back together. Their record reflects it. I heard that the coaching, there's a relationship problem between the coaching and the players in a locker room. It's just what I've heard. So I like it. Frank Martin's stern-ass attitude. I would love to play for that guy.
Okay. Yeah. Now let's run down the other games. I'm going to give a bunch of picks. What the hell? Who cares?
I got more, too.
Oh, so you do? Okay. Well, what else do you have, Mike Brenner?
I'm going with the first half tonight. Xavier versus Seton Hall. And they're at home, and I know Seton Hall's going to give them a battle, but I don't think that battle's going to start until the second half, Pistol Pete. Xavier, this is that time of year again where they cannot overlook anybody. You can't take anybody lightly, and you damn sure can't take a night off. And with that being said, pull the trigger, Pistol. First half, best shop line for Xavier at home.
Yeah, Xavier has been good at home. 7 and 6, even with their recent road struggles ATS-wise, they've still been a good bet at home. 7-3 ATS overall home. Let's see.
And they know it wasn't long ago they had 3 straight up up losses, and you know what? That's not going to get it done, and they understand there's other teams starting to falter that are behind them in the rankings. So, and also a few that were ranked ahead of them. So this is a good time for them to move up. They need to step up.
All right, so the first half -3.5, -105. That's a Chris book. The bookmaker be at BetDSI Books.
You jumping in on that one?
No. Nah. And the Seton Hall is rested, though. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, and that's it for you, Mike Brenner?
No, I got one other, but it's a 3-team teaser, and I'm feeling good about it, so you're just going to have to give it to me, Pete. UCLA.
Okay, so that'll be -8.5.
Yep. Xavier.
That'll be -0.5.
Love that. And South Carolina, baby.
Okay, that'll be -3.
I like it, Pete. I like this teaser, and I know you are my life coach and all that stuff, and I respect it. And I know your thoughts on the teasers because numbers don't lie. You're right.
Yeah.
But this is one, I feel like it's a casher, baby.
All right, well,
I'm ready for Punta Cana.
I'm going to give a bunch of picks. What the hell? I'm going to just run down the picks.
What the
First
hell?
One,
this is the what the hell category.
Yeah, North Dakota State. This might be a trap. This might be a trap because North Dakota State should not be this small of a road favorite against IUPUI. IUPUI has lost 6 of their last 7 ATS, and North Dakota State, of course, at the top of the summit.
What's the line at?
-1.5. So that has trap written all over it.
It does.
But they're going to trap me. They're going to get me. So I'll take it. I'll take IUPU.
They're going to get me.
I'll take North Dakota State -1.5, and I'll also put it on the first half. Next game's interesting. Syracuse at North Carolina State. Syracuse, of course, a huge home road dichotomy, and North Carolina State as well. If those trends hold up,
you had a good call on that last Syracuse game.
Yeah.
You said, "Look out, that could be." Yeah.
Well, I've just been fading them on the road and taking them at home, and that's been cashing. If that holds up here, NC State at Pick'em. At some point, Syracuse is going to have a good road game. It might happen here.
I don't know, but NC State is capable of bringing it on. It wasn't too long ago. What, a couple games ago? NC State was at Duke.
They played. Right. No, they played well. Yeah, they're
and they have
team.
no. God, you know what? I'm going to jump in with you on that.
You
one.
sure? All right. So I'll take it. I'm just going to take it on the full game. Pick'em -105. Oh no, I'm going to take the Greek. See, the Greek, that's tough. They have a lean to Syracuse. They have +1 -110 for North Carolina State. That tells you something right there.
Wow.
But I'm going to take it anyway.
You know what? No, I'm not going to hesitate. Let's take
North Carolina State +1.
They got to feed off that energy.
And then the next one is
we're taking a +1.
I'm taking +1.
I'm
then Georgia Tech at Clemson. Georgia Tech covering game in and game out.
I want to pull the trigger on this one so freaking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Tennessee. Tennessee last night, by the way. All right. Again, another one on the road at Auburn.
Yeah.
You know,
this
has got that written all over it.
Georgia
Tech fired up.
Georgia Tech has 6 straight covers, and they've played. They beat Clemson at home already. Can't they hang within single digits? Why not?
Why not?
And
pull that trigger, Pistol.
I will. +10, +102 is what I will take there.
+102.
+10, +102, which is Clemson taking a lot of money, so maybe something's up there, but I will take it. Then let's see. Another interesting one is Marquette at St. John's. Feels like St. John's shouldn't quite be a home dog here. I'm leaning St. John's for sure.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. Chris Mullen, he's frustrated as hell. Talk about scratching your head. He said they just cannot find any consistency within that team. He said no one has just stepped up and said, "This is my team. I'm the leader." And he said that frustrates him.
Yeah.
But yeah, home dog.
I will take it. I'll take it.
Pull the trigger,
+4 -106.
Big balls. Why not?
And then
What the
another
hell?
one that's interesting is Wichita State at Drake. And Wichita State obviously great again, but they're not winning on the road by this margin.
ATS-wise, that's a big number,
right.
Pete. I looked at that one, and I was going to think about a first half, but on the road, I did my homework. My God, no, that team on the road, not reliable.
They are not, well, they're not ATS-wise.
I'm talking ATS. That's all that matters right here.
So, what the hell? I'll throw that one on there, too.
Not?
+17 -106.
They're going to get you on that one. No, they're not.
Yep. And then did I add Providence? I did add Providence.
Yeah, you did.
I did add that one. And then another one, big clash, Richmond and VCU, two of the top teams in the Colonial.
Yeah.
Again, why should Richmond be this big of an underdog? I'm not quite seeing it.
I don't know either. And I looked at that, and I was wondering what Big Man would think. And I know he's not here with us today, but this is that perfect kind of game.
Yep.
He digests that, and he literally knows how to break that down. But that number seems off, Pistol.
It does. What the hell? I'll take it. +11,
I like
-105. Another number that seems a little bit off is Western Illinois +9. I'm going to take that one against South Dakota State.
Ticket?
Oh, absolutely. I bet all these.
Unbelievable.
And let's see. And what else?
Damn it, I love it. You can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them, D.
And I think that's about it for me.
That's it?
That's it.
That's about
all
it
I'm
for
gonna
me.
do.
That's going to be on your headstone.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to review real quick.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can't. I'm going to go South Carolina. I'm loving this one. First half -5. Pistol Pete, my line shopper, got me full game -8.5. And also, I'm taking Xavier on the first half at home against Seton Hall -3.5. I love that number. UCLA, it's put up or shut up time for them like it is for me on my picks. I got to get in that zone, and I feel like I'm getting dialed in. First half -8. Pistol Pete, line shopper. Does that the one you jumped in with me on?
No.
Was it North? No, I thought you jumped in on with one.
No.
Okay, I won't take it personal. North Carolina State, I jumped in the car with Pistol Pete, full game +1, and wrapping it up with a 3-team teaser. And Pistol Pete, I really feel good about this teaser. UCLA -8.5, Xavier -0.5 point, and South Carolina, Frank Martin's boys, -3.
All right. That
Damn
sounds
it, I
good.
love it.
All right, Mike Brenner, we will be back tomorrow for the Thursday card with Jeff from
I got to ask you
BMOCWins.com.
something. Seriously, through your years, we've been doing this together 14 going on 15 months. And I asked you this last year, and I'm going to ask it again, all right? Going through these losing streaks, Pete, I'm just trying to bounce something off you. Every day I say, you know what? I just got to keep moving forward. I got to keep grinding it out because even if I won everything yesterday, it doesn't mean a whole lot. It's what you do today. And I have no quit in me. So these things can get to you mentally,
I will say one thing about winning and losing streaks. There are times when they are caused because you have a particularly good or bad read on a team, on league-wide trends or something like that. So there can be underlying factors to them. I mean, a lot of times when I have winning streaks in a row, it's because I'm picking the same kind of bet or the same team over and over again. And so there can be underlying factors to winning and losing streaks. And if you identify one of those, you want to either avoid the bad factors or bet into the good factors.
And you know what? I had one of our viewers, because we got some Twitter guys that are we got this Jeff Smith and Newball. He's back. These guys are the complete haters of haters. Hey, guys, misery's optional. If you don't like it, don't watch the channel. But this other one, King Gino, had jumped in and said something. But he got me back on Twitter and said, Mike, I think you took it wrong. I respect you and Pete because you guys put it out there, win or lose. He said, I was just saying, and he said, I'll be honest with you. He said, right now, I'm fading because I know when you get I said, you know what? I respect that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're a smart fucking man. He goes, but I know when you get hot, I know when to switch. He said, so I wasn't piling on. He goes, don't put me in that category with those guys. A lot of respect, King Gino. Thank you for those words.
I mean, the main thing that we get paid for is not to make picks; it's to take abuse. And that's how we earn our paycheck.
My God, give it to us.
It's interesting. I'll tell you one other thing along these lines. I was reading an article about a professional gambler on CalvinAir.com, and this guy's a guy in Vegas who is actually a professional gambler, and he was talking. He doesn't sell picks, or I don't think he does, but he was just talking about how the general public doesn't realize how hard it is just to hit 52.7%.
Exactly.
The lines are so tight.
Yeah. And another guy that we both know was saying the same thing. Peter Conley was talking about 54%. People don't understand, though. If you look at the long term, the marathon, not the sprint, I'll go to any bank. I'll take a return like that on, any day. So, again, they get caught up in numbers, and we go on hot streaks, we go on cold streaks. But the guys like King Gino, I respect that. Bottom line, hell yeah, fade me if it's cashing your tickets right now. And he said, but when you turn it on, I know when you turn it on, boom, boom. But the haters, hey, guys, I still love you, too. And if it's that bad, then get the hell off.
All right,
we don't force you to be. No one put a gun to their head.
That's right.
Said take their picks.
We will be back tomorrow for the Thursday card with Jeff from BMOCWins.com.
Love doing this. We're coming to Punta Cana, baby. Look out.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.